Hi, I've been asked to talk today about my thoughts and feelings about the recent displays of violence and brutality of the police towards the Black community and people of color. We've had several weeks now to process, to live with what's been happening, not only in the US, but here on Canadian soil. And as a mom and as a Jew of color, it's brought me to many places where I've had to question things and think about things and have discussions with my children about the current reality. Here are my ideas about what I think the Jewish community could be doing to make things better. Number one, I think the elimination of suspicion is really important. As a Jew of color, I can't tell you how many times I've been approached with suspicion or stares or disbelief or flat out asked why I want to be a Jew. Um, and when I am in the presence of my white partner, for example, whom is not Jewish, he's never once questioned. It doesn't come up at all in conversation, rarely does, whether or not he's Jewish. But yet, my Jewishness is constantly questioned. My desire to be Jewish initially was questioned, why I wanted to do it, my motives. So I think removing that suspicion and that uh, need to invalidate others and their choices is very important and is something that Jews of color experience on a regular basis. From having conversations with friends and family who have been in Jewish spaces, sadly, this is confirmed to be the case for all of us. This is a very common occurrence. I would say number two, just get to know a Jewish person of color. Get to know them, invite them over for tea, for coffee. Have a Zoom chat with someone, have a phone conversation with someone, get to know them as a person, get to know them and their needs, and realize that there's nothing really any different between you and them. This sense of othering truly needs to stop. And in order for us to build connections between each other and different groups of people, we have to all acknowledge that we are the people of Israel. There is no difference between us. Thirdly, I would say that a big part in making Jews of color feel included and continuing to help them feel them included would be to encourage positions of leadership. We need to see other Jews of color in leadership. We need to see Jews of color as rabbis, as cantors, as community leaders that are forging the way for causes within the Jewish community. We need to see that. If we don't see it, we don't think it's possible. And we don't realize that we have the support. So that is my third tip, which I know is a big one. Fourthly, and I believe this is something that has to happen all the way, all the time, is education, continuous opportunities for education, allowing us to have ways to understand one another through workshops, through cultural days, through conversations that are wonderful, but we need to have very formatted, very formal workshops and educational sessions that teach us about one another. I believe that these are ways that we can really assist in the Jewish community and help Jews of color feel more included. And, encourage us to even want to be more present, to want to be more included. Sadly, our Jews of color are leaving the community because they're not feeling wanted. And I don't want to see that happen. I want to see our community thrive. I want to see our community grow. And the only way we can do this is with our allies. So I urge you and I plead with you to please be an ally. Please continue to support us. Please continue to be there for us. Ask the questions and listen. Thank you.